Hello everyone, this will be the review of game Apostasy, and the key was provided by developer. Apostasy is a platformer with a little bit more elaborate fighting system. So basically we jump around platforms like in any platformer, and we attack with a couple of attacks. Usually it's heavy and light attack, or rather it's usually a kick and a weapon attack plus the special attack using mana. We have 5 characters to choose from. I'm gonna show you, well, maybe start with options, which are barely existing, and when you start the game the music volume is back to where it was, so it's kinda messed up. And the game is running in window because you can choose a window when you start the game. There's very little options in general. Load game allows you to have 5 slots. I tried 2 characters, Ruby and Lyra. Lyra has better regeneration. Well, she has any health regeneration that is constant and passive, not connected to combat, so I found her easier. I even found one of the artifacts. Basically you can find, I guess, 1 artifact per level and improve your health, damage, and 2 other stats. I don't know what they do. Probably one is mana and one is, I don't know what it is. So 4 in general. In my case it was 5% HP and 3% damage, the 2 that I found, and after I found the second one I died and it was deleted because you have to basically finish a level to save. So I'm gonna start a new game, showing you the first, maybe not load because I cannot load. I have to go like this and pick Lyra again. The characters looks very strange with very big thighs, so the game has a very specific, unique graphic style, like hand drawn with overgrown legs. Looks quite strange. And yeah, the characters are supposed to be different. They are to some extent. Maybe start with Lyra. I'm always looking where stuff is, where the buttons are. Yes, you can press tab to see the attacks. Maybe we start, and we have also well, some dialogue with characters that we meet. So we meet this strange sprite. Yeah, what if I ask, why are you so fat? How dare you, I'm an ethereal creature. Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, those dialogues for now didn't give me anything aside from just, well, just talking. They don't really lead to anything, at least from what I was playing. And yeah, we can poke with a spear, we can kick, and those are the basic attacks. We can also throw a shard, and as you can see we regenerate mana. And now if you look at the attacks, theoretically we have all those attacks possible, but it's strangely explained. I guess Q is special attack, secondary attack is this kick, so we can theoretically do like pounce kick and slide kick, yeah, or normal kick. So it kinda works, not always, not every time the attacks work as you would expect them. Let's see, what is glimmer during swift step? So if I do this and this, I should glimmer. I don't know how you do it. I go attack and then down, and I don't know what it means during, like down after slash, or slash down, or at the same time. No, nothing works. Maybe I should attack and then maybe hold it. I don't know. I cannot perform all the attacks, that's for sure. Heavy stab is supposed to be attack and right. What does it mean? Attack and then right, or at the same time? That was together, and that is also nothing. Doesn't seem to work, so I'm apparently doing it wrong. I can do some of them, like this swipe works properly. I'm doing it at the same time, attack and up. So this works, this doesn't. It's just the same as normal attack. Maybe I don't see the difference. Special attacks, let's see. Q plus down would be something like, no. Yeah, something like this. And I'm trying Q and up, but it doesn't work. Together? No, maybe. I think that was it. Yeah, I guess that was it. Apparently I made it. That was the hailstorm, because normal attack is like this. So apparently you can do it, but it doesn't always react properly. The character is also quite big, which might be a problem. Usually when you play Just let me maybe make it slightly more silent. Okay. Would like to not die yet. I just had to go down with the sound. The problem with the character is the similar problem with all kinds of games like Terraria, Starbound, and also games like Hollow Knight and Sword and Sanctuary. If the character is too small, it's usually not very detailed and the game doesn't look too good. The example would be Terraria, for instance. If the character is of the right size, like in Hollow Knight or Dead Cells, it's quite okay. In this case, the character is too big, which in case of, for instance, Signs of Life is okay because you can easily dig in the ground and you see exactly which tiles you're digging. But if it's combat based, you don't see much around you because the character is simply too big, which might be a problem. It would be better if the game had any scaling. I think Starbound has scaling, like 3 zoom levels, and here we have to play like this. So for instance, I don't know if there is something to the left. Should I just go there? There might be a hole, there might be a monster, and there is no map. At least I don't see any map. Maybe we try M. No, of course there is no map. So it might be too big. At the same time, the character is more detailed. So it's hard to say is it good or is it bad. Probably is a bit of a problem. It should have some sort of zoom button. Maybe it looks different in different resolution. This is quite high resolution, almost the native resolution of my screen. I'm just leaving it slightly smaller to see if I'm recording. If I kill this guy, let's just check. Yeah, it's recording, I guess, properly. So this character basically regenerates health when just standing still, so we can approach every fight with full HP, which makes it probably the easiest character to play. As for other attacks, I found them quite similar. Usually they are just longer and shorter with some range attacks with magic, at least from what I was testing. So the differences are not that great, but there are some differences. Yeah, of course it says that we use mana, which we can see even before this message. Right, this ice shard consumes mana. At least we are generating it, so it's not a problem. And we can just keep progressing. Yeah, what does it say? Start button, yeah, I know that. It was the first message we got. Different direction. Maybe it's different. Yeah, maybe it's different. I don't really see it. Left and right are the same attacks completely. So maybe they mean that you have to perform specific attacks, not exactly move around, just do them exactly as they say here, but it's sometimes hard to perform. I will try to find the special item again, if I can do it. I think it was this way. Generally speaking, the game is quite hard, because if you lose all the progress in a level, so you have to again find the special item, which might be in an alternative route, and the whole progress is just deleted from a given level. So it's pretty much like most games where you go through a level and you have a character that jumps and fights, but in this case those levels are quite long. It kinda looks like it's a sort of RPG, 2D action RPG, but not really. You don't have really any response in a level. You have to basically do the entire level. So this might be problematic depending how good you are, of course, how lucky you are, but you can have problems progressing simply. Right now I should wait. Yeah, so this is going to improve our health, and because it's 5% more, we'll start healing 11 points, right? So this is helping quite a lot. This is like additional HP per tick. So in case of this character, it's helping quite a lot. And yeah, and we just progress like this. Basically, you have to remember the level. So the levels are linear, even though they have special items hidden somewhere. Like, of course, here we cannot progress. I can even do the jump. I'm not sure if there is any sort of double jumping. Probably not. I think I made it once there. Yeah, I made it, but you cannot progress. You cannot also crouch. So it's like if something is attacking with ranged attacks, you cannot really avoid it much. You could jump over it, but you cannot crouch. So you generally have to either face tank the enemy or try to avoid it differently. And the enemies are, I would say they're okay. I'm not sure what's the number of different enemies because I only made it to second level. For me, the game is too hard. I am just very annoyed when I lose all progress. I don't even see the map. I don't know how far I'm progressing. And the progress of characters is very linear. You can basically find in every level one item, I guess, that will give you a boost or not. So that's the whole difference. You cannot really make a build. You can either have the upgrades in every level or you don't. From what I see, you cannot go back to a level. And there is no map of campaign or anything like it. You just go from level to next level. If you found the item that's better for you, if you didn't, that's your problem. You have it harder and there's nothing you can do about it. And from what I see, there is no inventory. You just have those attacks for a given character and you might have slightly higher stats or not, and that's it. But you have 5 characters and you have all the attacks that are, well, supposed to help you out. In my case, I just do the same attacks constantly. I don't really use much. I just use 1 or 2 attacks all the time. I don't see much point in doing a different attack. I don't know why I would do this, for instance. How is it better? Maybe it hits higher. Maybe if the enemy is higher, I should use this. If it's on my level, I should use this. I don't know. Is this better? Is this sliding kick any better than something else? And that's basically one level. I'm gonna show a little bit of the next level, maybe. Right. We can keep talking that they are big and fat, I guess. Right. They are just fat. The characters are just fat for some reason. Probably for, well, should be comedic element of the game. Well, they look strange. For me, they look like psychedelic, I would say. Very weird. Not to mention that they are fat, but aside from that, they are just drawn in a very specific, unique way, which is a plus. I would say that graphically the game is rather unique. I cannot tell you much about enemies, however. There's just a couple of enemies in those 2 levels. That's all I've seen, and then I died. So, because I suck at those games, I can't really tell you if there is more worlds or more enemies or anything more interesting. I know that there is 5 characters and some levels. Like, I know that there is 2 levels for sure. I know how many there are. Before that, I don't know also about bosses. So that's just what I'm just showing you the game and what I think about it. I keep comparing those games with other that I played, similar, and from a game like this I expect quite a lot because I compare the game to like Hollow Knight or Dead Cells or Salt and Sanctuary. So basically, if I think about a game like this, when I think about a genre like this, I expect rather high quality and a lot of depth to the characters, to the builds, to the items, to everything that can be used. By the way, this is a mine. It would kill me, almost kill me, so I don't want to go into this. Oh, like this. This is 250 damage. And last time I died here, so we might try to progress. I would really like to make it to at least one boss, if there is any, but of course I would die on the boss, clearly, because I suck. There's nothing there. Sometimes I think there is something like an item, but it's just the number that I'm regenerating, so it's not really anything. I don't know, maybe there is something hidden here. I just killed this guy and we went nowhere. We just made it to nowhere. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. Should I go this way? Maybe I can just detonate it, because I should heal anyway. This character can do it. Can we hit this guy? Maybe. I don't know. It would be nice to see like the damage taken by the enemy, but we don't. I guess he's taking damage. Maybe. Maybe he's even dead. And now, again, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's completely leap of fate. I'm just going some way, hoping this is the right way. By the way, I went the other way and I found the item for damage. So probably this is the path to... or not. Yeah, I thought it's the path to the end of level, but it isn't. So apparently we are lost completely. It's quite responsive, I would say. The jumping itself, even though we don't have a double jump, the jumping is quite responsive. Because the platforms and the characters are quite big, you usually see pretty well if you are doing it right. It's not like you are on the verge of failing, you actually see quite well. What is it? Some stagger thing, and maybe we should go this way. I think I went left, but left up, so this might be the way, the right way to finish the level, or not. I just don't know. It's clearly a better character because you can take damage like an idiot and nothing happens. They did something new, I think, or not. See, we are generating. When we are exploring and just wasting time, we are regenerating, so that's a good thing. Basically, I love it in every game if I have passive regeneration. It really helps. Most games that have this are just better, more pleasant to play. You don't have to worry about potions and you don't have to be super skilled to win. You can just always regenerate. If I have an option to be this sort of regenerative tank, I usually do it in every game. Usually works here as well. This is the most I did so far in this game. This particular character. So apparently she's easier to play. Probably there is something down there, like a secret. Here there is nothing. Maybe there is something I should poke or do, but I have no idea what I could do. So maybe it's just nothing. I'm gonna die or progress and then we finish. Just to show you more of the game. I don't want to just show you, one level and that's it, because first level is like a tutorial. Second is also kind of like a tutorial, so I'm trying to progress slightly more. At the same time, I don't want to... Yeah, probably I'm gonna die because I lost too much health. I'm just poking him. Okay. Let's wait maybe. Oh, this is gonna be something. Because this is blowing my way. I guess, yes, it is. It will be strangely altering my path. I wanted to do this. Can I do this? I can do this, but I don't have mana. No, it's not good. I should just poke him. See, this is the easiest way. Just poke him and he dies. Like a certain amount of pokes and you can progress. All those fancy moves don't really help much, aside from very specific situations. For those enemies that I'm meeting for now, I don't see much use for the special attacks. Maybe we're going the right way, maybe this is the same way. Could be the same way, yeah. This is clearly a wrong way. And also when I was trying to go back to menu, I had some problems. I went back to a place I didn't want to, and basically I closed the game. It's somewhat messed up there. Probably, yeah, because I don't have any map. I'm probably going the same way like an idiot. Apparently I was here already. Right, we were here, or not. Oh, maybe not. I don't recall this place. Or this guy. Oh. He's... Yeah. That's a ghost. I cannot make it. Oh, there's a platform. I'm gonna try to make it to this platform, maybe. Yeah, that's the part I hate in a game like that. The proper jumping, right? You have to do the proper jumping with very little view. You don't really see around. So you have to do this leap of faith, probably. There's one more here. I can only pray I'm doing it right. Maybe we go up. Maybe we don't. I don't know. Maybe this is yes. So that's a something. Apparently that's a checkpoint, right? Apparently yes, we have a checkpoint eventually. And there might be a boss. Maybe there's a reason to have a checkpoint. So yes, actually bigger levels have checkpoints which were not present before. Now I have to wait, which is a problem. Let's just check the recording. Recording is okay, 18 minutes. Well, it will be longer. But I don't want to just go quickly about the game like this. Just to go through one level. You can say I didn't check the game enough, so I'm trying to do more. Now I'm dead. If I meet something, I'm dead. I should wait, probably. Yeah. Maybe one guy like this is killable. I don't know what he exactly does. Yeah, maybe that's the way to do the poke, right? Maybe that's the moment to poke him. Or not. Maybe we can stagger him. I don't know exactly how stagger works. Probably the game tries to be like Dark Souls, but it isn't. So theoretically you have different attacks and staggering. Maybe some other stuff, but it's not very visible. Even if it's there. You just poke and spam and that works. Usually. Of course, I'm going too fast, right? I should be at full HP before I move anywhere, because any attack or a bomb can kill me. I could just jump into this, right? I could very easily take damage, and now I am. Of course, I am taking damage. I'm dead, see? Okay, let's see if I can go right. Poke the same guy. That was death. But I think it was quite close. That was past those annoying platforms. So yes, the game does have annoying platforming with timed jumps, which I absolutely hate in games. And that is just the same guy who keeps spawning from this. There's nothing we can do about it. We could detonate it, I guess. And now wait. And now I escaped with the mouse. Another problem, the mouse can escape from the window if you play in window. I don't see any options to make it a border window or borderless window. There are no options, so you can sometimes get out of the screen if you're playing in window mode. This should be fixed. This is very annoying. Many games have it actually. If you play in window mode, even better games. When the mouse is escaping, this is very annoying. Always problems with that. Okay, maybe I can just go further. There's this guy down there. Maybe we could go past him. Because if I go like this, he'll push me to those spikes. If I go to his right side, but of course there will be another enemy. I think I will give up after that because really I don't want to do same section too many times. And just go past him. Killing them doesn't do anything really. You don't level up anyway, so you can just as well just go past them. If you know the map, of course I don't know the map, but you could probably kind of speedrun the game. In my case, I'm just trying to progress slowly and kill everything on the way. This might be, yeah, this is actually a right way. This guy is always annoying. This shooting crap. If you go very close, you can kill him like this, I guess. And now I'm half dead, of course. I would like to progress, but I'm rushing. I'm rushing and I shouldn't. I'm not sure even why am I doing this, because that would be enough for the review, and I'm not sure if I will be playing this. For me, this is not enough progress. Like, you can find those couple items, but I'm not leveling, you know, I'm not grinding anything. I'm not getting better. It's still the same character. I just have one item, I guess. I can even see the items that I found. So I have 5% more HP now, and that's it. That's my progress. And this is the wrong way. This should be like killable, right? You would expect this to be killable. Maybe I should jump off the enemy and go up, but I have no idea if that's the solution. I cannot go this high, so probably I can't. Maybe it's a secret. I will try to go the other way now, if I remember it. Probably I don't. And generally speaking, I'm completely lost. Without the map, I'm completely lost. I don't like when games have no maps. It should be an option, even if it's just an option. You can have an achievement for playing without a map, but you should have a map as an option. Right, and we're going somewhere. Hopefully the boss fight. I didn't see any boss fights yet, so maybe they don't exist. Yeah, everything looks like oh, it's gonna be a boss, but it's not. There is nothing. Just the pokey crap and nothing, right? More of nothing. Oh no, we can actually go there. Is this a secret? No, it's not a secret. It's just nothing. Yeah. So the level design, I wouldn't say is the best. I mean, definitely you get lost and it takes time, but it's very similar and not very enticing, to be honest. Aside from the special artifacts you're trying to find, like pretty much every time you play, because you want to be stronger, there's nothing really to be found here, aside from the exit, which could be everywhere. Probably I should go there, right? Of course, this is another. Yeah, of course, it's a jump. How is it called? Jump of fate? Leap of fate. Yeah, leap of fate thing. Right, I leapt of fate, and it got me nowhere probably. Maybe that's the right way. Maybe it isn't. Maybe we find another checkpoint. I'm not sure if I'm progressing. I'm pretty sure I didn't see this guy yet here. So we might be progressing. But as I said before, I'm completely lost. Maybe that's the way. Another leap of fate. This time I remember words, which is better. Going down, and it's very similar. I just don't know if I'm progressing. It looks the same. Everything looks the same. Maybe I am. I feel like I'm going downwards. Maybe they should change the background so that you would feel like you're going deeper or something. I died. Okay. At this point, I'm done. I'm gonna try to go back, but maybe not entirely back. You go back with tab, and then you go to main menu. And now, if I go exit, I will go out of the game. If I go back, I will go back to game. So I can only go options, and I cannot go back to menu. Really, this is messed up. Because last time I tried, I went to exit, and it just closed the game. So the game is very much. Maybe I go back to the game just to show you the character, like this, right? So the game is mixed bag. Interesting graphic style of the characters. They have moves, different moves, like this many, right? So that's not just very simple game with poking and that's it. You have some attacks that you can use, but you don't necessarily need to use them, but you can. This is some plus. So slightly better fighting system, slightly better and more interesting and unique graphics. Level design, I would say so far it's rather very similar, and I would say rather boring. Like it's all about rock crabs and very samey environment, at least for 2 levels. So it's very hard to progress. You know, a simple map, especially a map that you would unlock, or some sort of fog of war on the map, that would help a lot in the progression. You should also have an option to go back to levels and collect the artifacts and any sort of upgrade system or passive skills or anything that would make your characters more unique and more interesting would be good. It's not there, it's not in the game. So what we get? We get 5 characters with slightly different playstyle, especially when it comes to healing. They have different weapons, different attacks, but they are very similar. They just mostly look different, and maybe they have different range, but aside from that, it's all quite very similar. And the 2 characters I played were very similar, at least. I'm not sure how big is the game and what is next, so I'm not saying that's it. That's all I found, and at this point I don't feel like I want to play more, because I'm not sure what would be the point. You know, I could just progress through levels which are very similar just for the sake of completion, but I prefer when I can upgrade my character. The game that is just jumping and poking enemies is not enough for me. I want those games to be more in-depth, to allow different builds, and they should have elements like maps. They should have some sort of inventory, some skills, some classes. Well, we can say there are classes because there is 5 characters. Also, I have no idea what's the point of NPCs. They just talk to you some stuff and that's it. It's not like you can unlock a secret or talk to them differently and get something. At least I didn't find anything like it. I just found 2 NPCs that were meaningless to the game. So also settings are quite bad. We have music that doesn't even get well saved. If you quit, if I quit now, it won't save my music settings. It will go back to half the volume, which was at 0, so it changes on its own. It only has a resolution when you start the game. It's not in the game. It should be in the game, you know, full screen and not full screen, and maybe some language stuff and other things. Very strange way of quitting the game. Like, you cannot go back to menu and load another character. You have to probably quit the game and then load from the load, because right now we don't have load, right? We don't have the load button. Maybe it's there, but it's not implemented or something. You only have options, and you have back. It's like cancel, close. What is close? I don't even know what's close. Close is just, yeah, you just close this. You close tab, and if I go exit, I exit the game. I don't want to exit the game. I want to go to menu. It says it goes to menu here, right? It tells you main menu. It's not main menu. Main menu has load options and new game options. This is the main menu. So messed up, and I would say it's kind of unfinished and rather budget. Overall, I would give it 5 out of 10. if you like this genre, because it does a couple of things well, especially when it comes to graphical design and well, the attacks themselves, but it's not backed up by any inventory or weapon choice. You're just stuck with what you have on a character, like one weapon only, and that's it. And also one attack, one special attack only, and you cannot upgrade it. You cannot choose anything. You just have what you have. You have this, for instance, and that's what you have. You cannot exchange it for Fireball or anything like it, or upgrade it. So, in my opinion, it needs some work. It needs to be upgraded in pretty much every level. Like have a couple of different areas that look different, some upgrading system for characters, some concrete stats that you can see and check, like what you found, some campaign map so that you can choose levels, maybe do some additional or secret levels, go back to levels, replay them, get the artifacts. This is just a linear progression from level to level. Well, until you finish the game or until you get bored or get stuck. It's easy to get stuck, by the way. It's also quite hard, I would say. From one reason is that the enemies can just kill you, especially if you're wounded, very easily. You can't really defend yourself too well. You just have your HP pool and that's it. If they just, attack you and you're at half health, you're dead. You can also die almost instantly to a bomb if you're at half health again. So then you have to replay either the full level or from the checkpoint. If you didn't find checkpoint, you have to replay from the start, and it's very annoying, kind of like a roguelike. But it's not really a roguelike, because pretty much many games that are platformers are like this. If you fail, you start over. But those levels are quite big, so it hurts if you die, because you have to replay a big part of the game blindly, pretty much, unless you have very good memory, because you don't have any map. So you just go in the same places, and eventually you learn the level, eventually you map it in your head and maybe progress. But for some people it will be very problematic. Sound is okay, I would say. Character is a bit too big, but it might be also a plus. In many cases the characters are too small, so that's badly done. In another direction, those are too big, but there's a plus because we see more details on them. So overall, I would say it's an average game, an average platformer with combat, pretty much kind of like a Metroidvania, but it doesn't have Metroidvania elements. It doesn't have any special moves that allow you to progress through levels. It's just the whole jumping and fighting enemies part, and slight leveling, slight upgrades. It's a bit like Metroidvania. Also reminds me of some roguelikes, those that I mentioned, like Hollow Knight, Sword and Sanctuary, and Dead Cells, but those are much more complex. So this is definitely simpler game. I might be missing some content, so there might be more to the game. If there is more to the game, then I'm very sorry, but I cannot progress more. Might be more, but I don't think so. I don't think there is much more. Maybe there is, like, I don't know, maybe the game is bigger simply. But from the elements of our characters, of our progression, I don't think there is more. There is those 4 artifacts, and that's it. Yeah, and the menu is kind of unfinished. There are problems with this game, definitely, but it's not bad. It's not entirely bad. Can I recommend it? If you like the genre and if you find it very cheap, it's not a very cheap game now. It's like $7-8 at full price. So if you find it very cheap, like 25% of the price, I think you can grab it. But aside from that, I would either wait until it's fixed and upgraded, or I would give it a pass. But if you like those games, maybe you'll find some fun in it. Maybe you will say it's worth your money. For me, it wouldn't be. I wouldn't buy it. I would definitely buy Hollow Knight instead. But if you already played all other games and you're a collectioner and you like those games very much, you like the genre, this might be another game in your collection that will give you a few hours of fun. It's not bad, but it needs help. It needs work, and definitely some upgrading and feedback. So that will be it for me. That's all I have to say about Apostasy. Check also other reviews, check other materials. Don't just trust me. Whenever you buy a game, at least triangulate, at least get 3 opinions, not just 1 opinion. And just make your own decisions about spending your money. That's always a good thing. Especially if you have those sales, like now there's a summer sale. So, not necessarily recommended. Average game. That was Apostasy. and I will see you guys in the next review.